Yo, 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 good evening. Good evening, yo, yo. Good evening. Yo, yo, good morning. Or, sorry, good evening, yo, yo. I wasn't able to watch you earlier. I need to give you my monthly twins update. You do, sir. Hopefully they're well. Hopefully everyone's well. Hopefully you took them to see the Odyssey when it was in IMAX. These are Mom's Miniatures, Dwarf Golems, Rune Guardians. Something like that. It's an old resin kit that I've had for like 10 years. No, these aren't Highlands. No. This is when Mom's Miniatures used to give you physical copies of things. I think now they only do STLs because they've kind of moved to like the digital world, which I think most companies will anyways, but yeah, these are just dwarf golems. I don't know if they still sell these. These were physically sculpted and then physically casted. So I'm not sure if they still do that, considering resin printing is just kind of like the most convenient thing, but yeah. That I have no idea. Stuff. Yo, yo, good evening. Highlands dwarves are good, though. I think if I had to... I mean, if I wasn't so big into GW stuff, I'd probably go with Highlands. I've just grown up with them, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. You just kind of like what you like. Obviously, 3D prints are much cheaper. Everything is cheaper than molded plastic. Like always. Oh, they might. I don't think... I mean, I was pulling a piece of mold out of this guy, actually, so I don't know if the molds are well. This was... These came out over a decade ago, I'm sure. Let's see. I think there's a few on eBay being sold. Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know, actually, when these came out. Maybe about 10 years ago. Maybe a little bit less. These are resin, so they've got, like, mold release on them. Just trying to clean them up so they're not sticky. I don't really have, proper cleaning materials here, but, like, I need more water. I've got soapy water, but I don't have water. Which is a problem. Really? Yeah, there's 1 to 3 banners. Yeah, I know. The third banner looks the most, like, dressed up. It looks good. I mean, I don't want to miss it, but I don't know. I gotta find people. You gotta find people who want to win. Winning is what you need to do. If you're playing Ungrim, I mean, if you're playing Ungrim, don't you get better Slayers? Like, the upkeep on Slayers is really low. Slayers are always useful. I don't know how good they are in campaign, but in multiplayer, you kind of have to run them. In Old World, they're trash. They're fine. In Old World, they're like, okay, if you want to play Slayer Host, but yeah. Unbreakable, Deathblow, and Furious Charge is pretty good. That's a good change that they got, but they're not. They're not the best. They're not the best. They're much better in Total War, I gotta say. Much better. Don't even buy them in real life. What clippers do you even use for fucking hard, nasty resin? Slayers against Warriors of Chaos? What, do you play Old World? I mean, if you get some charges off, okay, you're gonna whoop some ass. If you get some charges off, but like... Well, I mean, we'll see. I do want to play that, so I'm not sure. It's gonna take a while to get people, but like, it's gotta be before the weekend. Yeah, you're playing Malachi. Makaisin. I mean, again, I don't really play campaigns, so I can't say much on the matter, but I'm sure the Spirit of Grungni is like super good. I don't think there's a reason as to why it wouldn't be good. Yeah, how do I actually get this shit off? Figured it wouldn't be so bad, but it is kind of bad. I'm scared to like break something. It's like that nasty, cheapo, hard resin. Just gross. I think you'd probably want to take like a jeweler's saw to this. It's just nasty. Let's use junky clippers. You can cut it. It's still a little bit soft, but like nasty. Well, you upgraded, that I do know, but yeah, I mean, If you've got the Spirit of Grungni and you're going through Norska, I don't think anything can beat you if you just use it properly. Like, what do Norskans have that can even beat a barge? Ew, stinky. Stinky, ew. What does it smell? Well, I think the resin is cured. I mean, this isn't a 3D print. I've had 3D prints explode. This resin is just time. If anything, it'd be cured through time. Just, I don't know, man. This is like a weird, shitty old resin. I'll probably wash these down even more anyways. What is that, a GPU? Kit bash? You talking about, like, computers? Computer parts right now are kind of all over the place from what I've heard. Yeah, well, I've kit bash models. Yeah, for sure. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I don't really want to cut this. It's resin, but a little bit won't hurt. The Fent formula. That's what we're doing. Golem Fent. Yeah, the 3D prints that explode. I mean, I've had that. It's just dreadful. It is so disgusting, so dreadful. I don't like resin. I don't like resin. As a material, I think most things, you know, they're disgusting, and then once they're cured, they're not bad, but like, well, they're still bad even when cured, but I don't like working with it. Yeah, both are good. I mean, metal's kind of fun to work with. It's different. Back in the day, I hated it because I was young. Now, when I'm older, you just appreciate things differently. Metal sculpts are good, though. I mean, you won't ever find plastic kind of in the vein of metal minis. They're always just very characterful. Maybe with today's material and sculpting and, you know, different techniques, you can probably get that done, because, like, digital sculpting is kind of the way to do things, but back in the day, metal minis had, like, the most character. They were always meant to be special. Everything was metal at some point, whether it be lead or pewter or whatever, you know, white metal mix. And then you get your plastic injection molding, and then everything got a little bit more subdued. But they still released metal minis, and they were very fun, and I love them. I have a bunch of them. I have tons. The old metal Sauron. I remember picking up the old metal Sauron right after baseball when I was like 6 or something. I'll get to do more model work. Yeah. Well, if you get a room for that stuff, it's amazing, right? The room I'm in right now, I share with the main setup for streaming, so this is kind of like the all-encompassing streaming room, but I would like my own space for Warhammer, considering I have like a table and everything, so it just makes more sense to kind of have more room. Not to mention this hobby just fucking eats up every ounce of space you have anyways, so. Yo, Tyrannus, are you still here, dude? I thought you were gonna tell me, your update. Are you still here? I was waiting. He's like, I gotta give you an update. And then he, like, left. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you should keep that stuff. You should always keep your old minis or hand-me-downs. I mean, you can sell it, obviously, but you may regret it one day, and you're like, why'd I sell that metal Sauron that my brother gave me or my friend gave me, or a certain point in my life I was given it. It's worth holding on to things like that. They're good memories. Iced. Disgusting! Ooh. Ugh. I fucking hate resin. It's so trash. At least this resin. It's like, no wonder you guys went to, the digital world. I mean, this is just dirty. Sit here and whittle this away like a piece of plastic, but then you're whittling resin, and it's like, yeah, I'm good. I mean, hey, you know what? People do that, man. People do enshrine friends and loved ones and the memory of others in dreadnoughts. Like, I've seen people enshrine their dogs in dreadnoughts, which is cool. You know, whatever, right? It's your special thing. It's like what you had with that person, and when it comes to Warhammer armies, they're not always personal, but people do make them very personal, and that's cool. It's a good nod, you know? I was gonna do a diorama with a piece of wood that I had from the last time I saw my uncle when he was alive. Because, you know, it means something to me. Scared to use good clippers on this thing. Just like the old GW ones. Mochi. Yeah, I don't really want to go crazy on these. I don't plan on finishing them anytime soon, but I at least just want to clean them up decently so I can use them. Ouchie! What the? Just gotta scrub these down. I've had these for so long, this is the first time I've ever built them. I have no clue what the fuck I was gonna use them for back in the day. Maybe mercenaries, like I'm gonna use them for now, but I got no idea. I got no idea. Want to get good at high concepts, professional stuff people be doing? No, there's a lot of. I mean, you're good at art, bro. Like your shit is amazing, but it's good to stay mentally busy. Like, there's a lot of things that can go on, but like, shit. But you'll still always have your art or your creative hobbies. It's always good to keep in tune with that stuff, 100%. It grounds you. Yeah, well, I mean, with time, you know, you try new things, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. People have to take breaks for whatever it may be. We all love something, and we want to do stuff, but sometimes you just don't have time for it. Just gotta kind of put it to the wayside for a bit and then get back to it eventually. Change the music. Hey, go for it, bro. Put it in the Discord. If you want to draw a dwarf or whatever, put it in the Discord, dude. I mean, if I get invited, I'll play. I don't really bother anyone to play games. I mean, that whole Clash thing, that might change it, but I usually don't bother anybody. Fuck. Well, it's here somewhere. It's in the room somewhere. Wonder where it is. I don't really want a Dremel resin in this room, so probably not. I mean, if I'm outside, I don't mind, because, like, you're outside, but here, no. I think they brought back the old, aren't they bringing back the old Lord of the Rings games? Isn't that a thing that they're doing? I think. I would love to see the movie games and Middle-earth. Like, I miss playing Battle for Middle-earth. That's such a fun thing. Played dwarves and I played goblins. I miss it. Ever been over to Mini Wargaming site? I actually bought STLs for Mini Wargaming. Yeah. I know of them. They're in Welland. So I'm in Toronto. They're in Welland. I think they're about like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. There's a lot of old world stuff over there. But it'd be cool. Dave was here at one point. He was in chat. Those guys are great. And they're Canadian, so can't go wrong with Canadians if you're Canadian. Canada. Tariff denier. I don't really want to work on these too much. They're just stinky and disgusting. But they're cool as shit. But they're also stinky. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. I think Mini Wargaming, I believe, a few times has been to Nottingham. I don't know if all of them, but, like, yeah, Dave is gone for sure. That's cool. I still need to go to Warhammer World. It's in a stage where everything I wanted to go see is kind of gone now, but I still want to go. I wanted to go for the Bugman's anniversary stuff. Like, there's so many things I would have liked to see and, like, pick up and go to, but it's like a $2,000 train ticket. Or not even a train, sorry, plane ticket. Unless we've got underwater trains, it ain't happening. Alright, you can talk about League stuff, that's fine. I got the Dwarf Goblet. Oh yeah, the Bugman's Bar stuff. Well, that's where I want to go. I collect a lot of Bugman stuff. I've been doing it for, I don't know, 15 to 20 years, probably. I have a very large collection of Bugman's merchandise. Very old stuff. But that bar has changed substantially. Used to be your little tavern, dwarf pub style place, and now it's a little bit more modernized, and, you know, Age of Sigmar came in, which is cool. It is what it is. I'd love to see it. I've never been. I've stalked it for many years. It just never been. I already played that today, actually. That I did play today. I think I played it 3 games of AP Graves. Unironically. Basically moonshine. I mean, some of them I've seen. I've seen reviews of the beers. They've changed them over the years, but I want to go. It's on the bucket list. I would have liked to go 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever it was, but like, there's no way. One day I will be there, and if anyone wants to meet at Warhammer World, we'll do that. Or even at Ryan's store, thewarp.co.uk, which he's actually opening up 2 stores, which is cool. Congratulations. He's not here. Avengers Doomsday. I've seen the trailer. It looked pretty good. I'm not a big Marvel guy, but it looked good. Do I keep in touch with Trick? I play with him a few times, yeah. Trick's a good guy. If there's a good guy in the league scene, Trick is like top 3. Then it's me, and then it's my alter ego. Yo, good evening. I'm gonna see the Street Fighter movie, yeah. They got fucking Alan Richter. Is that his name? Maybe that's not even the name of the guy. Fucking the big Russian dude who's playing Geef. That guy's like 9 feet tall. $50 as Belrog. I mean, I feel like it's a fan casting for ages now. I feel like that's been around for a while. Or was it Mike Tyson? It was 50 Cent or Mike Tyson, I'm not sure. Oliver Richter's, yeah, that guy's he's a behemoth. I mean, to be honest, there is no better casting for Zangief. Like, you need someone who is so physically imposing, and he's like legitimately like he's physically imposing without any sort of CG. Like, holy fuck, the guy's crazy. Oh, did you really? Yeah, I want to be there too. If I go to the UK, I have to hit up Ryan's store, but his shit's awesome, dude. I gotta send that guy some dioramas. I have to do a Dane diorama for him, and I have to do a little Bugman's restaurant thing. Yeah, I don't feel the need to do anything more to this because I'm not even going to paint it for God knows how long, but I don't need to clean them all up properly. I can do a little bit more. Oh, the spacesuit. Yeah, that's the, was it 2009? I've got them all, I just don't know what year it was. It's, he's with the Black Gobbo. That was like the arch nemesis of, White Dwarf, Grombrindle. Technically, the Black Gobbo's been in, like, everything. Well, not everything. He's been in, he was the vampire in the Vampire Slayer one. He was, the alien in the space one. Technically, I think it was only 2. I've got him behind me. Yeah, he's cool. I can bring him over. Yeah, Fireteam is coming out soon. One sec. That I'm very excited for. Fireteam is so good. That's such a sick game. You know, if I was to ever get around to it, I actually have another... Hang on, where is he? I was supposed to be coming out with a little dwarf store. I have this guy for sale. Be it... I gotta clean him up a little bit, but yeah, I've got another one. There he is. I mean, people use him as what? If you were gonna use him for anything, fucking throw him into, like, Old World as an engineer, turn him into, like, Brock here. Iron Master. Turn him into something. Yeah, well, you know what? I've got a lot of stuff that I will be offloading, but I need to work on getting everything going. I've got a few White Dwarfs for sale. I've got that guy. I have the 2007 one where he's like pointing. Was it 2007? I have it right here, and I have another one sealed. This was 09. So this was '09 actually. '09. This one's great, but it's just very, very basic. Yeah, I've got a bunch. I once had them all arranged in like a line from like first release to last release. Half of them are all in storage now, so they're cool. They're old. I don't think they'll be back. Considering they were subscription bait, and it wouldn't really make sense for GW to bring them back, yeah. Or maybe they would, I don't know. They'd probably be like a made-to-order, buy them all at once for like $3,000. Some nonsense. They had the one where he was Peter Jackson, the director. Made-to-order stuff lately has been pretty damn good. Oh, aren't they already out? Aren't you able to get the made-to-order stuff right now? Or is it next week? Because I know the Dwarf Warriors are coming back. Well, actually, the Dwarf Warriors, you have, like, the Standard Bearer, the Captain. That's not fantasy, but... Oh, it's next week? Gotcha. Or this coming week, rather, right? Thought it'd be a bit sooner, but I guess not. Considering the Skaven aren't even, like, a playable, updatable army unless you're using, the Renegade stuff, I mean... Interesting that they'd bring them back. Pretty sure most people are going to take them and use them for, like, AOS. That is what we're doing. Although we're not going to be here long, because I do need to go do a few things before bed. And we had a few complications with other stuff tonight, so that's kind of why I'm on a bit late. Ba, 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 ba. I gotta go find 40 mil bases. Somewhere. Okay, I think this is totally good enough. Again, I have no interest in making these completely right now, but they're perfectly fine. Cool. Well, into the water. The soap. I gotta give these guys a proper clean. I don't even think you can hear the music, can you? It's super low. It's very fucking loud for me, but on stream it's apparently really low. Bum, bum, bum. Ugh. Resin. Ew. Throwing all this shit away immediately. I might work on a few more things. I mean, honestly, tonight's kind of a weird one. I'm still trying to be on every day for this channel specifically. Right now, we got a schedule going, so we'll see. Might do something small. Maybe work on some metal. Metal! Maybe some Doom Seekers. Yeah, we could do some Doom Seekers. Although I should have another blade. Where's my actual metal knife? God, no, not the cover. There we go. You gotta play League every day, I know. I gotta take it really easy. Well, we're gonna be on both channels daily. Obviously, this channel does not take precedent over the other one, but eventually I would like to make this channel more than it is, but it's a Warhammer channel. Warhammer's niche. Yeah, we still do variety. We're gonna get back to it this week, actually. I'd like to try this weekend, because every day we're gonna be on. We have a lot to do. Shoot me the mic here. No, we've got a schedule now. The current working schedule is when I wake up to noon, so I don't know how long that's going to be. I have to do stuff for me and my family and the move and everything. And then from 12 to 6, we're doing the mainstream, and then everything in the evening is going to be Warhammer. So that's the current schedule. Which I think probably should be fun. It should work out pretty good. We're going to try and aim for like 2 hours a night, or like an hour and a half. Which, to be honest, isn't really much time to get any hobbying done, but this is like after hours, you know? You make do with what you got. When do I end stream? About 6 p.m. EST? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to make a sales page. Yeah, for sure. Or it'll be through Discord. I've sold it. There's been a bunch of stuff I've sold through Discord. Like, there's even reviews that I've left there as well. I've probably sold, I don't know, a little bit more than a dozen things. As long as you're not in the US, we could work something out. Because right now, US shipping is just... US shipping is so gross because of the whole tariff situation. But I've got, like, t-shirts planned, stickers, magnets, you know, I've got a bunch of old Warhammer stuff, I've got books, I've got, like, the whole Gotrek and Felix series. I have tons of stuff. Uh, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. EST. I gotta get a new knife. Well, I mean, the whole tariff thing, again, it's just trash. You gotta download all these fucking programs. It's like, my grandfather wants to send something to the US. This guy's like 90 years old. Like, how the fuck is a 90-year-old gonna download an app? He can't even, like, open his phone. So yeah, as long as it's not being shipped to the US, I'm okay with it. Which is crazy. That's crazy to say. Because there's been no issues in the past, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm at work when you stream. Well, we get the VODs. For the foreseeable future, I do need to keep that schedule, though. It works perfectly with everything else I have going on in life right now. So it's just kind of the way it has to be, unfortunately. Ideally, my time is lined up with everyone else's, but, you know, there's a lot of people around the world with various time zones. Yeah, I'm not really politics and all that stuff. I'm not involved, but I'd like to deal with the US, but like right now I just can't. Even ordering things from the US, you're hit with like a fucking tariff that's like half the price of shipping. Get scammed. I could probably order something from like some unknown country that would be cheaper. And the US is right below me. Yeah. Yeah, that could be a goal. I think to take back Erebor, we'd have to stream on Rumble or Kick, though. I don't think it's very Twitch friendly. Kick is where you go when you get banned from Twitch. Well, you can go to Kick either way. I mean, you get paid more on Kick. I'm comfortable on Twitch. I like Twitch. I have a Kick account that I would multi-stream on, but like, Twitch is kind of where it's at. I mean, as long as you're not a weirdo, I don't think you'll get banned. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do anything strange. Although I will say, Twitch is very... They definitely have favorites, I feel like, at times where, you know, people are a little bit more lenient in terms of bans and stuff, so... Corpo, goddamn Corpo scum. Dude, Johnny was right. Cyberpunk is real. The Corpo scum. Saw some Matrix clips recently. I want to watch that movie again, or rather, set of movies. The drones. Well, yeah, we've got drone light shows. People deliver with drones. They got drones or bombs. Nero, hello, sir. The beard is catching on a pillow. I feel like I physically can't grow a beard. Well, I can grow a beard, but it's all fucked. I've got like the Keanu. And I mean, facial hair can definitely get in the way. I've been hit with the genetic curse. I look like a full-time dad. I am. I've got Mochi. Technically, I am a full-time dad. I'm not going to play the new Wolverine game. I've only seen people slander the hell out of that game. Not that it would sway me or anything, but that game has like really bad publicity right now. At least on the fake internet space of Twitter. I thought it looked great. More of a cinematic game. It's more of like a button mash cinematic game. USA is going to be a feudal techno police oligarchy. I mean, listen, the planet's going to keep spinning. I'm chill. Yeah. I don't know. Just let me receive packages without tariffs. That's all I care about. If a brother wants some woodland scenics, give me some woodland scenics without paying extra. It's the same thing as Spartan Rage and Gears of War. God of War? Well, I've never played God of War, the new ones, so I can't say for certain. It looks like a cinematic button mash game, which, I don't know, I've played a lot of games, I'm kind of fine with that. Not every game needs to be, like, highly mechanical and intense. Sometimes the simplicities in gaming is what makes it memorable and fun. Sometimes. I haven't played God of War yet, no. I played Gears of War. I'm good, man. I'm just busy. But we're back on a schedule, so you're going to see me more often if anyone is around for that matter, but just very busy. So many video games want to be movies. Well, it depends. I don't think there's anything wrong with making a video game movie as long as it's not hyped up to be something it's not. You know what I mean? As long as you know what you're paying for, there's nothing wrong with that. If people suspect they're getting something different, maybe that's a problem. Which is definitely the case, I think, for some games, but, you know. I don't like AI usage. Especially in movies and art. It's like, isn't that against what art's supposed to be? Which is, like, expressive and human. I can't tell you how many times I've seen AI used for, like, Warhammer people trying to advertise. There's a guy, okay, there's a guy on Bugman's Reddit, the Bugman's Bar Reddit. It's a dwarf Reddit. And I think he posted his army list, but the army is AI. Like, what? What? Like, you know, you're not killing the planet off that one post, but, like, I don't know. I feel like some people are... It's strange. It's very strange. It ain't going nowhere. Scared the fuck out of me.
One family member told me he had a friend with a 3D printer and that he used AI to change 3D models to whatever he asked.
Yeah, you could do that. You can 3D model anything and print it. That is a thing you can do. They keep encouraging me to use AI at work. Well, I mean, AI is used for a lot of different things. We're talking more of like generative AI. Which actually was a big thing on Twitch recently because they said they want to use your stream to train AI. Yeah, who knows? I mean, you know, there was actually a car brand with an entire AI generated commercial. I don't know if anyone's seen it. I think it was like Mazda or something. They had like an entire AI generated commercial. Super weird. It was some like Italian brand or some shit. Oh, is it really? Damn. Oh, you do commercials. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. Well, you know what? When it comes to corporations, bottom line is saving money. Save money, make money. That's a corporation. Like, of course they're gonna fucking replace you. They can make more money. Which I'm not saying is a good thing, or I want that to happen, but like, you know, it's terrible. Not everyone's gonna be for that, which is shitty, but it's like the world we live in. Yeah, who knows, man? Sucks. There was that, I know that one guy, if you live off the grid, he's like, imagine wiping your ass with money. It's like the whole ape thing. It's like apes live on this planet, tax-free. They get to do anything they want. They can pick their ass, eat fucking whatever. And this guy's like, we pay to wipe our ass. I'm living off the grid. Genius. He wipes his ass with, like, leaves. Isn't he quitting for military service? Well, you know what? In time, AI is not going to be so bad, unfortunately. It is getting much better. Like, AI does belong in certain sectors, but again, when it comes to creating things, I don't know, man. It's icky. Icky. Aren't they using AI in, like, hospitals to try and, like, diagnose things? Like, pinpoint and find stuff? Which, if you're saving lives, like, you can't argue with that. But it's not like generating a fucking image of the guy's body based on other bodies. It's like, Chat GPT, this guy has a hernia. Generate me an image of where to look for hernias. Oh, yeah, no, you get both. You get people and AI. You know, they used, I don't know if you saw this, but they used, you know that Supergirl movie that came out? I think the one that bombed and they had Lobo. I don't know if you saw it. There was a clip on Twitter of them talking to Jason Momoa, and they were showing him concepts of what Lobo could look like, and they were flipping through AI images. That shit got copyright struck immediately. That was taken down DMCA. I think it's still out there, but like, how much money do you have? Like, brother, you can have an artist draw different versions of Lobo, or you can pull from the comics for God knows how long. There were AI images, AI concepts of Lobo. That's why you got to appreciate art books. You got to appreciate art books because at least there's real art going into it, you know? And art is not easy. Art is very fucking hard. Well, listen, they're a corporation. They don't want to. Like, listen, we know this movie's going to bomb. We have to save as much money as we can and make it in the easiest way possible. We know this movie's going to flop. Just fucking AI and like everything we can. Try and at least recover, like, I don't know, a couple thousand. And then release the Grok-inspired ChatGPT art book. I mean, I don't think so. There's a lot of people out there who want to push the boundaries of art and everything, but I think with all this stuff being in the spotlight more so than often, or like more often than not, may seem we have. Yeah, Tuber Duck, peace, bro. 40k is a bit more expensive than Old World now. I think a little bit more expensive, depending on the army. Still going to depend on the army for Old World, but I think it's decently cheaper. Cathay is, I mean, the fact that Cathay's even out is kind of insane. Who would have thought Cathay would ever be a faction? If it wasn't for Total War, like, we've had snippets of Cathay. We knew of Cathay's existence, but, like, Total War turning it into an actual playable thing. Hey, they can write anything they want. I think Cathay's even supposed to be, the oldest adopters of black powder, so dwarves, I don't know. I like Cathay. I never want to own Cathay or play Cathay, but I do like the fact that they're in the game. Or they're just in the universe and now fleshed out. The price hikes, yeah. Those were, I think it's like only a few bucks though. I don't think it's so bad. Like, well, I mean, any price hike is bad, but I think at worst it's like, what, $5, I think, something like that. Anything is bad though. think it was the sorcerer, the chaos sorcerer, that kind of went up by quite a bit. Other things and smaller kits were up by like what, 20 cents, $1. But you know, it all adds up. Well, Archeon also has a score to settle with the Empire anyways, right? So why would he even want to go to Cathay? Not to mention it's so much out of the way. And you've got like, how do you even get to Cathay through the Empire? What is to the left of Cathay? The Darklands? Isn't it completely cut off by the Darklands? Well, I mean, you've got, what's her name? Isn't Fridol over there? Frydol? The fucking maiden chick? Yeah, okay, so the Darklands. Yeah. Which, who's going through the Darklands? Like...
Is that all you've got? You must have more!
Rainbow Six Siege is the only game where you get dominated and lose the whole set and next match get paired with the exact minds of Moria escapee teammates and go against the same enemy team.
There's pre-mades in that game, right? You can play with pre-mades in that? Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. I just think, well, I don't even know what the Chaos Dwarves are currently doing in Old World. I don't think they're really doing anything for that matter. Or maybe preparing for what? The Great War of the Great War against Chaos, right? With like, were they even part of that? I can't remember, man. It's been so long. But yeah, I don't think they're doing much. They're existing, and when GW wants to do something with them, or if they were in the Great War against Chaos, then sure. It's like when it comes to anything Chaos Dwarves, it's like the big bad, and then the Chaos Dwarves are here. Usually. Same thing with the dwarves. I mean, it's like the big good guys, and then it's like, oh, the dwarves are here, our allies. Like, you don't really see dwarves or chaos dwarves or all these like sub races go out and, you know, try to do too much. It's always been about the Empire. It's always been about chaos. At least at the heart of most conflicts. Dave, hello, sir. I mean, they'll eventually come over. They'll eventually be fleshed out a bit more, I think, for fantasy. If they ever... I mean, here's the thing. You're going to have to wheel them in somehow to give them an arcane journal, to give them anything, right? They need motivations. They need things to do in the grander scheme of the world. Doesn't have to be too much, but it needs to be something enough to warrant a book and minis. And the only minis they had back in the day were, what? I think it was like 4th and 5th edition metals and plastics by the Perrys. And then they had the whole Forge World thing with Tamarcon. Like, they're really sparse, you know? Like, can you bring those minis back? Can people buy them? Do they want them? You know, you'd have to probably flesh out their range like you did with Cathay, considering Cathay was like a ground level, you know, hey, we're going to build up an entire thing. That's what you'd have to do with the Chaos Dwarves. And then it's a matter of, well, okay, the Chaos Dwarves do well in Age of Sigmar, so clearly people like them, but you're going to have to release a lot more, right? Even basic Chaos Dwarves. Like, there are no basic warriors. There are no basic blunderbuss units. There's, oh, back in the day they had them, but, you know, for the people playing Chaos Dwarves through Tamarcon, I mean, you know, it's... yeah, a lot of I don't have the models type of deal. Yeah, they're doing that. Current Games Workshop, Well, for the sake of old world, they don't need to sell you a miniature that has a definitive model, considering they've got Thorgrim. They have the kit bashed units as well, so like the Royal Clan Warriors. They've also got the Scout Gyrocopter. They got a few things that don't have minis, but they're like, go kit bash it, you know, which is very old Games Workshop. I'm surprised they're even doing that. But for the sake of bringing back a specialist game, at least now a specialist game, something a little bit more niche, sure, you know, that audience is going to remember it. They're going to want to do it. I don't know, though. Who knows for the future? Dragons. I mean, we just got the Chaos Lord, who has a very cool looking dragon, and that thing is huge. I think at the end of the day, for Games Workshop and selling big minis, every army's going to need one. Back in the day for Fantasy, every army had like their big ogre-sized, you know, 40 mil units, mostly. It's like now the next evolution of that is just like a centerpiece model that's like $300 or $200. What do you give the dwarves that's big? I don't know, the Thunder Barge? I don't know. Oh, I know Aatrox Jungle is a real pick. I just don't know anyone who's kind of playing it. I know it's real though. Listen to my favorite version getting a skink hero on a coal coatl. You're talking about coatls. The big fucking like bird bastard things. Well, you could give the dwarves golems. There's a few different types of them. I don't think you could go back to like the War of Vengeance, you know, the Granti Duras, which are like the enduring stone, like the rune essenced stone. That's gone. But you could do Rune Guardians, which was from like, forgot what edition of roleplay, but it was in roleplay, which are more of like Engineers Guild mixed with Runesmith, you know, rune magic. So it's a little bit more plausible. You know, for trying to animate stone in the current timeline where everyone is, no. Trying to animate and, you know, do something more with like an automaton? Okay, maybe so. Yeah, the flying serpent, the coatl. The whatever, is it a coatl? I forgot how to pronounce it. It's the flying serpent with the big fucking like wings. Yeah. These are Doom Seekers. If you want to play Battle March, I'll play Battle March. I literally added you. I'm like, do you want to play Battle March? Rune Golem. Are you talking about Age of Sigmar? Oh, in Age of Sigmar, anything's possible, yeah. I think for the dwarves... So here's the big thing. For the sake of the dwarves in Age of Sigmar, it's going to be the classical Khazalid kind of empire dwarves, right? Could be the cities dwarves, which are the same thing, but they're dispossessed. They don't have homes anymore, right? They've more so integrated into, like, society. And if you take into account everything the dwarves currently have in Age of Sigmar, you've got your rushdown, you've got your movement, and your shooting. The one thing you don't have is slow, durable shield walls, backed up by, air quote, Engineers Guild, runic empowered creations, whatever, right? You're missing that. The Caradron have their vessels and everything, that's fine, but it's still a little far-fetched from, like, the old dwarf stuff. I think we're going to be getting things like that, for sure. Not to mention, Grungni was supposed to be working on, like, the whole, I forgot what they were called exactly, but Grungni was working on an army of, like, in Shaman, so the Realm of Metal, a bunch of, like, automatons, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I forgot what it was. It was a while ago. Not to mention, you've also got Gazul, who's kind of a big player. He's like the dwarven guardian of the underworld when it comes to deterring the dead and keeping them sacred, blah, blah, blah. That's Gazul. So any sort of funerary practice thing could be also kind of a big theme going forward with, like, the new book. Who knows? Who knows at this point? A Quetzalcoatl? Temple Guard need new minis. Do they not have new minis? Dude, in before they take, like, the Grungni-made automatons and infuse them with, like, fucking dwarven souls, Gazul just, like, inters them and it's a bunch of, like, dreadnoughts. I hope not. Oh, I don't know if anyone cares about an Age of Sigmar video game. The last one that came out, they didn't care. Dwemer cogs. There's a lot of things they could do. The easiest thing to explore when it comes to giving dwarves anything is anything engineering related, anything ingenuity, anything you can create. That or very specific units based on guilds, based on certain ancestor worship, stuff like that. Anything from Valaya would be great. Wasn't it Realms of Battle? Realms of War or something? It was like a point defense, point capture game. It was something like that, yeah. I think it was, what, Stormcast, Nighthaunt, the Cruel Boys, and I think they were actually working on Fire Slayers. Maybe I'm coping. I think I saw something about Fire Slayers at one point. I think there was DLC, yeah. I mean, Age of Sigmar deserves a little bit of love. Was it Zinch? Yeah. It deserves a bit of love, for sure. I like Age of Sigmar. I don't like... No one likes what happened to Fantasy, but you just have to accept it. And I like AOS. I like the lore, where it's gone. You know, one of the interesting things about Age of Sigmar, though, where I feel like it's kind of failing, it's failing in being, I feel like, more than fantasy. You know what I mean? In a way where Age of Sigmar was supposed to be kind of like the next evolutionary step. It's like, yes, we had dwarves, and now we have like this, and this. you know, what was once old is now new. The new ogres, I was thinking about it. The new ogres are amazing, but they really just look like fantasy, which is good and bad, but I feel like for most people, you'd probably want to see that evolution, where it's like explicitly Age of Sigmar and you see that divide. Because they look like they could just be used in fantasy completely, which is great. I love it. But I think for the sake of like Age of Sigmar, it needs to look a little bit more outlandish, you know? Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? I really only love dwarves, so I'll speak for the sake of like the Fire Slayers and the Caradron. It is a bit weird to make an entire faction entirely about Slayers, although in an age of gods and, you know, them walking amongst everyone, yeah, sure, okay, I get that. But for the sake of gamers, I mean, you know, cool, an army of Slayers. I think the biggest problem is more so how they all look. There's not much of a distinction between sculpts. The concept is cool. KO stuff was well done. They're very different, though. Like, they are two completely different, opposing aesthetics, ways of life. Very distinct, but you do kind of feel like, as a whole, they're missing something. Like, they're very skewed into, like, melee, shooting mobility. It's like, what if you had both? Yeah, well, the tamer dwarves do exist. Yeah. The typical dwarves are a thing. You could play them in Cities of Sigmar back in the day. Not anymore, but... I think for Games Workshop, they're probably going to be like, you know what? You can play classic dwarves in Old World. Why do you care about Age of Sigmar? But the more the merrier. Get both. Some people might not like crunchy gameplay. Like super rules dense. This is another thing. I have to do this now. What the fuck? You know, you just want to chill and play Age of Sigmar. Which is great. Maybe they view it that way. We can have dwarves and Age of Sigmar 3 types. Why not? One sec. All right, I gotta end in about 10 minutes. Just turn this down. The new Gargants look good. Anything Age of Sigmar at this point looks pretty damn good, but I feel like if they look a little bit too tame, It could probably just be thrown in like Old World. Tired. Holy shit, I can't hear the music. Give me... Let's do this one. All right, I do think I have to go. It's about 10:30. Actually, you know what? I do gotta go. It's 2 hours. I'm gonna try and abide by the schedule. Every day, 2 hours of Warhammer, 6 hours of League and Variety. So that's it for me. Did I do anything productive? Maybe. I think. Cleaning a Doomseeker? Sure. All right, everyone, be well. You will see me on tomorrow evening. Or if for whatever reason I want to do this in the morning, it'll be in the morning. I don't think I'll do it in the morning, though, but you never know. So yeah, with that being said, be well. Thank you for hanging out, if you are still here.